Good morning. Today we'll just continue with heaps and heap sort. This heap and heap sort is also under greedy technology because this also will helps you in reducing the time taken to sort. Okay. So let us see what is heaps and heap sort. See, before going for heaps and heap sort, we will see what are the sorting techniques we used and what are the advantages of that. So here heap sort is a combination of these. Okay, so heap sort is almost the combination of these sorting techniques. Here you can see that we have included merge sort, insertion sort. You can also talk about quick sort, selection sort, because the advantages of these sorting techniques are nothing but, see, merge sort and quick sort, it is n log n, the time complexity, and selection sort and insertion sort, what it does, it selects the value or the element and it gives the appropriate position for that element, exact position for that element. That is what is insertion sort and selection sort, isn't it? So you are going to select one element, get the actual place for that element. So that is what is sort. That is why we have included what are the advantages of merge sort and insertion sort. Why? Because merge sort and quick sort, it takes n log n, that is the time complexity, and insertion sort and selection sort we are talking about because what it does, it sorts in place. That means it selects one element, then it gives the appropriate position for that element. Okay, see, look at this heaps. So what are the different types of heap? There are different types of heaps. So here we will be discussing about binary heap. So what do you mean by binary heap? Binary, you know about binary tree, right? So what is binary tree? Binary tree tells that what is happening, guys. So we're discussing about heaps, binary heaps. Before going to heaps, so we'll see what is binary tree, what are the different types of binary trees, what is the difference between all those types of binary trees. So what do you mean by binary tree? Why the term binary? Binary means two, right? So then when you're talking about tree, you know that you have nodes, connecting nodes, parent, child, all those things. So any node can have at most two children, right? Any node can have at most two children. That is what is binary tree tells us, right? So here why we are talking about binary is a binary heap. Here it looks similar to complete binary tree. We'll look into what is complete binary tree. So we'll just go through all different types of binary tree and why complete binary tree. Okay, so heap, we use array to represent the heap. So we'll just look into what is binary tree, what are the different types of binary tree. So here look at the examples here. So are these a binary tree? Yes, it is a binary tree. But is it a complete binary tree? What do you mean by complete binary tree? See, here it is not a complete binary tree. Why? Complete binary tree, whenever you are inserting an element to the array or whenever you are constructing a tree, you always complete level by level, and that too from left to right. Yes, level by level you are going to complete and from left to right. That is what is called as complete binary tree. So here look into the binary trees here. This is full binary tree, complete binary tree, and a perfect binary tree. So full binary tree also we call it as, if all the levels are complete. So what do you mean by level? The number of children whatever the root node has. See, look at this. The root node is 0 here. So what are the, how many children it has? It has 2 child, and this one again it has 2 children. Yes, but what is the level? How many levels are there here? 3 levels are there. And if there are 3 levels, a full binary tree can have maximum how many nodes? If there are 3 levels, a full binary tree can have how many nodes? Anybody remember all these things when you studied the data structure? Okay, we'll see this. So this is how the array representation of binary tree looks like. Look at this, look at the tree and look at the array representation here. So we always start from the root node. So here the root node is 1, so you have inserted at the 0th indexing. Then what is the root node? Sorry, what is the next node? 2. Then it is 3. So we are completing level by level, isn't it? So level by level, if we consider, the first value will be 1, the next value will be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then 8, 9. Then here all these are empty. Why all these are empty? All these indexings are empty. We have to complete level by level. If this level, the third level was full, then how many nodes you would have? Again 5 would have had 2 children, 6 would have had 2 children, 7 would have had 2 children. Yes. Then again 8 would have had 2 children. Then only you can come to the child of 9 and then, left child of 9 and then the right child of 9. Yes. So how many nodes are missing here? So 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. Yes. So there are 8 nodes missing. So that is the reason we have kept all these blank. Why we have kept all these blank? Because we need to check the indexing of the parent node or indexing of the child node. How do you check the indexing of all these things? So we need to check the indexing of all these things. How do you check? So we'll see. Okay. See, this is just an example of a complete binary tree. See, just check whether it is complete level by level. Yes. So root node, then you have 4, 10, then you have 14, 7, 9, 3, then 2, 8, 1. So this is a complete binary tree, isn't it? See, as and then you just insert first the root node, then the left child of root node, then the right child, then again the subtree for 4 and then for 10 and then the next level. So as we are completing level by level, this is called as complete binary tree. Okay. So why we would look at this array? Why did we give this gap? Why we considered this as null? Because whenever you talk about indexing, based on the indexing only we will get to know which is the parent node of that particular node or which is the left child node of that particular node or which is the right child. So that is the reason if at all that node doesn't have children, then we keep it as blank because we complete level by level. So if at all a node is at index I, then where will be the parent node present? See here parent node, it is given that parent node will be present in I by 2 location. Okay, let us just check. Let us go to the array, we'll just check. For example, if I am talking about 7, what is the indexing of 7? Indexing of 7 is 4. You know that array indexing starts from 0. Here the indexing of 7 is what? 4. And the parent of that will be in the location I by 2. So what is I here? I is 4. 4 by 2 is what? 2. Isn't it? 4 by 2 is what? 2. Sorry, just a minute. Okay, it should be actually I by 2 minus 1. Just a minute. See, look at this. So if I talk about 4, 4 by 2 is what? 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. So that is what will be the indexing. If at all you start the indexing from 1, then I by 2 will work fine. Okay, if at all you start the indexing from 1, I by 2 will work fine. But here the indexing I have started from 0. So that is the reason it is not matching with that formula. So it is nothing but I by 2 minus 1. Is that fine? See, look at this. 7 is what? It is present in the indexing 4 and 4 by 2 is 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. So that is what is the indexing. Is that fine? Or you can consider it as 4 minus 1 by 2. I minus 1 by 2. Okay, so now what about the left child? Left child, it says that it is nothing but 2 into I. So we'll just consider. So what is the indexing of 7? 7 indexing is 4. 4 into 2 is what? 8. So what is at the location 8? Okay, I'm sorry, this is the confusion is because of starting the indexing from 0. You just make sure the formula is correct. So for if you are starting the indexing from 0, the formula for finding the parent node is I minus 1 by 2. Okay, and to check the left child and the right child. So look at the indexing of 16, it is 0. So the child are 1 and 2. So indexing of 4 is 1, the child is at location 3 and 4. So how will you get the formula for this? 2 into I plus 1 and 2 into I plus 2. Okay, because I have started the indexing from 0. 2 into I plus 1 is the left child and 2 into I plus 2 is the right child. Is that clear? Yes. So look at this. So if at all you have the level, so for example if you have 3 levels, so maximum number of nodes a full binary tree can have is 2 to the power h plus 1 minus 1. So h is nothing but the level, and we consider the level as starting from 0. The root node is considered as 0th level, and then we follow the next levels. Okay, so for example if you have 3 levels, so 2 to the power 3 plus 1, 3 plus 1 is 4, so 2 to the power 4 is what? 16, 16 minus 1 is 15. Let us just check whether it is true or not. Okay, yes, so if we consider this, so how many levels? Just assume that there are only 3 levels. Okay, so if at all you have 3 levels, how many nodes do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If at all 7 had one more child, 9 again 2 children, 3 again 2 children. So totally how many nodes you will have? So 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 1. So 2 plus 4 is 6, 6 plus 8 is 14, 14 plus 1 is 15. So there will be 15 nodes. Okay, so remember h, we start from 0, the root node is at 0th level. So that is the reason h here, if you are considering h value as 3, total number of levels will be 4. But as we are starting the first level as 0, the value will be 3. Is that clear? So don't just get confused with that. So this is at the 0th level, first level, second level and third level. So if the h value is 3, the total number of levels will be 4 including root node. Okay. So now let us talk about the property of heap. So here we are considering the binary heap and it is classified as max heap and min heap. So when do you call it as max heap? When the parent node is greater than both its children. Okay, when the parent node is greater than both left child and right child, then it is called as max heap, and this should be applicable to every subtree of that heap. Is that clear? It should be applicable to every subtree. Okay, and min heap, so here the value of the parent node is smaller than the child, so it should be smaller than both left child and right child. So is that clear? So this is the two different types of heap that you can construct. One is max heap and one is min heap. In max heap, the parent node, the value of the parent node will be greater than both left child and right child, and in the min heap, the value of both left child and right child will be greater than the parent node. So now let us consider this example. So how do you insert the value in the heap? So as it is a complete binary tree, you have to go level by level and from left to right. So that is what we tell, right? So look at this. So first, starting with this node. So first you have got an array here. So first what you are doing, you are inserting 16. Then what you're doing, you're inserting 4. Then what you're doing, you're inserting 10. So now 4 is the left child of 16 and 10 is the right child of 16. So next value is 14. Where should you insert? As a left child of 4. Then the next value is 7. So that will be the right child of 4. Then 9, that will be the left child of 10. Then 3, that will be the right child of 10. And then 2 and 8, so left and right child of 14. Then 1 will be the left child of 7. So now you have inserted the values. So now what you have to do is you have to convert this to a max heap. So here you have an algorithm, something called as heapify. So heapify algorithm, it tells how do you convert this heap to either max heap or min heap. So you have two different algorithms for that. One is for max heap and one is for min heap. So we'll solve this first and then we'll look into the algorithm. So it will be easy for you to understand the algorithm better if you solve the example. Okay. Yes. So now what is the property of max heap? Always the parent node should be greater than the left child and right child. So here you can see what is the root node? Root node is 16. What is the left child? 4. What is the right child? 10. So is 16 greater than 4 and as well as 10? Do we need to swap anything? No, we need not swap anything because 16 is the parent node, 4 and 10 are its children. Both are lesser than the parent node only. So parent node itself is the greatest value, right? So you need not change anything. So now let us consider the next subtree. So now look at this. You have 4, 14 and 7. So 14 and 7 are the children of 4, right? So now again you have to consider, is 4 greater than 14? Is 4 greater than 7? No, 4 is not greater than 7, neither it is greater than 14. So what we are supposed to do now? We need to get the greatest value among the three as the parent node. So among 4, 7 and 14, which one is greater actually? 14 is greater. So I need to swap this parent node with this child node. Yes. See, 4 is still less than 7, but if I swap 4 and 7, what happens? 7 will be the parent node, 14 will be the left child and 4 will be the right child of 7. But 7, is it greater than 14? No, it is not greater than 14. So that is the reason what I do is, I check the greatest among these three and then swap that greatest value with the parent node. Is that fine? So whatever changes you make in the tree, it should be reflected in the array as well. Okay. So now here I'll swap 4 and 14. So look at the next slide. So what we are going to do is, we found that 14 is the greatest. So with the parent node, we are swapping that value 14. So in the array also you need to swap. So once it is swapped, this is how the tree look like and this is how the array look like. Yes. So 14 and 4 are now swapped. Now again you will have to check with the next subtree here. Yes. So look at this. Now again 4, 2 and 8. So among these three, which one is greater? 8 is greater. So again what I'll do, I'll swap this 8 and 4. Yes, we will swap this 8 and 4. Yes. So once we swap, we will get the tree like this. Yes. So now the left subtree is almost the max heap. See, what do you mean by max heap? The parent should be greater than both the children. Yes. So 14, is it greater than 8 and 7? Yes. 8, is it greater than 2 and 4? Yes. 7, is it greater than 1? Yes. So the left subtree is now done. Let us just proceed with the right subtree now. So now 10, look at this. What is the left child? 9. What is the right child? 3. So now do you need to change anything? No, you need not change anything. So now this complete tree, it is called as max heap or max heap tree. Okay. Because Yes, now look at this. So heap sort. So once the heap is converted to max heap, because our ultimate goal is to sort it, isn't it? So what we have to do is, because it is a max heap tree, always the root node will be the node with the highest value. Yes, the root node will be the value with, the root node's value will be the highest among all the values in the tree. Yes, because it is a max heap. So what we are going to do is, now the last node, because complete binary tree, we are completing it level by level and from left to right. So what we are doing is, we are swapping the root node and the last node. So what is the value of root node? 16. What is the value of the last node? 1. So what we are trying to do is, we are going to swap 1 and 16. Once we swap 1 and 16, what happens? 16 will get its position, isn't it? 16 is the highest among all the values, so 16 will get its position. So we have swapped 1 and 16. So look at this diagram. So previously 16 was the root node and 1 was the last node among all the nodes in the tree. So now we have swapped with that last node with the root node. So 16 and 1 is swapped. Now 1 is the root node and 16 is the last leaf node. Okay, so now we can delete this 16. That means 16 has got its position. Now again, I'll not try to include that in sorting technique. Okay, I'll not disturb that 16. That is the reason I have deleted it from the tree. Okay, so look at this. 16 has got its position. It is already sorted. So I have deleted that node from the tree. So now again you have to convert this to max heap in order to find the next element. So look at this. So now, is it a max heap? No, it is not max heap, because see, the root node value is 1. The children of 1 is 14 and 10, which is greater than 1, isn't it? Just a minute. So look at this. So now again you have to convert it to max heap. So how do you convert it? Again you have to check. So look at this, 1, 14 and 10. Among these three, which one is greater? 14 is greater. So what we are trying to do is, we are trying to swap 1 and 14. So now 14 is the root node here. 1, yes, obviously 1 is less than 14. 10 is also less than 14. Again now we'll come to the left subtree. So now what are the values you have? 1, 8 and 7. So among these three, which one is greater? So among these three, 8 is greater. So we are going to swap 1 and 8. So once we swap 1 and 8, so in the array also you need to make the changes. Don't forget to make changes in the array when you are proceeding. Yes, so 8 we have swapped with 1. So now again check. 1 is less than 8. Yes, 7 is also less than 8. Yes. So the parent node is greater than the children. So now again coming to this subtree. 1, 2 and 4. So among these three, which one is greater? 4 is greater. So 4 is greater. So you are going to swap 1 and 4. So that is what you are going to do here. So you are going to swap 1 and 4. So if you swap 1 and 4, this is what is the tree you have got. Yes. So is it a max heap tree now? Can check. Yes, 14 is it is greater than 8 and 10. 8 is greater than 4 and 7. 4 is greater than 2 and 1. So here 7 doesn't have any child, so we need not worry. Then 10 is greater than 9 and 3. Yes. So now it is a max heap tree. So when it is a max heap tree, what will be the root node? The root node will have the highest value or the greatest value. So again what we are doing? We are swapping that value with the last node value. So here the last node is what? 1. So we are going to swap 1 and 14 and then delete the last node. So look at this. So 1 and 14 is swapped and then you are going to delete this node. So 14 and 16 has got its position. We need not worry about that. So this is what is the remaining tree look like. And this is the array. Yes. So now again 1 is the root node. Again you need to convert it to max heap. So how will you convert? Again you are going to check 1, 8 and 10. Among these three, which one is greater? 10 is greater. So again you are going to swap 10 and 1. Is that fine? Yes. So you swapped 10 and 1, then again 1 if you compare with 9, so 9 will be greater, so again you are going to swap. That is the reason I have just marked these 3 nodes, because we are going to interchange these 3. Okay, but while comparing according to the algorithm, you have to proceed step by step. Okay, yes. So sorry, so now 10 is the root node. 8 and 9, yes, it is smaller than 10. Here in the subtree, 4 and 7 is smaller than 8. 2 is smaller than 4. Here also 1 and 3 is smaller than 9. So now it is a max heap tree. Yes. So now what we are supposed to do? The maximum element is the root node. So we always delete the value there. Okay. So root node will have the highest value. You cannot directly delete the root node. You can always delete the leaf node. Okay, and since it is a complete binary tree, the last node will be the leaf node. So that is the reason we are swapping it with the leaf node. So 10 and 2 we have swapped. After swapping, we are deleting this node from the tree. That means 10, 14 and 16 have already got its position. Now we have to try to sort with the remaining elements. Okay. So now look at this. Again we need to convert it to a max heap. So again 2, 8 and 9. So among these 3, which one is greater? 9 is greater. So 9 will be swapped with 2. So then 9 will be the root node. 8 and 2 will be its child or children. So then again 2 comparing with 1 and 3. 3 will be the greatest one. So then that will be the parent node. So these 3 will be swapped. So look at this. So 9, again 8 and 3, yes it is smaller than 9. 4, 7, yes it is smaller than 8. 1 and 2, yes it is smaller than 3. So now this is the root node, that is the greatest value among all the values here. So now what we are going to do? We are going to swap this with the last node. Okay. So what is the last node? The last node is 2. So 2 and 9 you are going to swap and then delete that 9 from the tree. Here 2 and 9 are swapped and you are going to delete that. Okay. So now again among the remaining tree you have to check, again construct the max heap tree. So again you are going to compare 8 and 2, 8 is greater. So, 8, 2 and 3, among these 3, 8 is greater. So, 8 will be the root node now. And then again 2, 4 and 7, among these 3, 7 is greater. So, 7 will shift here. So, these 3 nodes will get swapped. So, look at this. So, once it is swapped, this is how the tree look like. 8, so 7 and 2. So, now again check 7 and 3, it is smaller than 8. 4 and 2, it is smaller than 7 and 1, it is smaller than 3. So again you are going to swap these two. Why you are swapping the last node? Because root node will always get the highest value. Because it is a max heap tree, the root node will get the highest value, and the last node, if you try to swap, so highest elements will get its position. Yes. So that is the reason we are always swapping the root node with the last node and then deleting that last node. Yes. So here also 1 and 8 will get swapped and you are deleting that node. Yes. So again you are converting it to max heap. So 1, 7 and 4 it gets swapped. So 7 will be the root node, 4 will be the child of 7 and 1 will be the child of 4. So this is how it looks like. Yes. So now again you are going to swap 7 and the last node value. Yes, the root node value and the last node value, if you swap, you have 7 and 2. Yes. And then you are deleting the last node. So only 4 nodes are remaining. Then again trying to construct the max heap tree. If you try to construct the max heap tree, this is how it looks. And then again the highest value will be at the